Hey guys, welcome to the Achievement Diary. Today I'm going to be going through getting 99 Fletching or RuneScape, and I'm going to be showing you 3 different methods in how you can get it. And each of the methods have their own sort of benefits and disadvantages, and each method is going to cost you more, and some methods are going to make you money. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to go through is how I got 99 Fletching. So you know, you might want to use that way. So really I'm going to be showing you 4 ways. So basically what I've done is fletched what are they called, arrow shafts from level 1 to 10, and that gets you quite a bit of XP. It's going to cost you about 60k to buy, and then you can sell them in the Grand Exchange for 80k, so you make yourself 20k straight away there. Obviously I chose the method of making money because I'm a poor noob. So yeah, so I was fletching arrow shafts up to level 10. Then you just want to do whatever you can unlock really until you get to about level 55. And I've said this before, I mean the good thing with fletching is that it doesn't matter what level you are, you can fletch, obviously as long as you've unlocked it. It doesn't matter what level you are, you can fletch say a short bow at level 1 just as quickly as you can fletch it at level 99. Unlike skills say, I don't know, cooking, where you can still burn things even if you're level 99, which is really dumb, but yeah, it can still happen. So that's a good thing about fletching. When you calculate your pricing and things like that, unless it's due to market price changing, then you know your calculation is going to be pretty accurate because you're not going to be burning or breaking anything here. So yeah, it's a good thing about fletching. So as I was saying, just make your short bows up to level 10, and then obviously you unlock a long bow. So you do long bows up to oak, short bow, then oak short bows up to oak long bow, and so on until you get to level 55. I haven't looked into the 45 levels to get to 55. 45 levels sounds like quite a lot, but not really. Obviously 55 is quite a low level, and not much XP needed. You'll make a bit of money, or you might lose a bit of money depending on how you get there. But as I say, obviously there's a lot of stuff there that you can be fletching. So you just want to get up to 55 really. So my guides are going to show you what you can do from certain levels onwards, and this first method is going to show you what you can do from level 55 onwards. So obviously at level 55 you unlock the maple longbow, and maple logs buy for 20 GP in the Grand Exchange, and they also sell for 109 GP, I think it is 109, yeah. So you're making 89 GP on each maple longbow U, or unstrung in case you don't know what U means. So yeah, it's definitely a good money spinner. I think you make about 10 mil from level 55 to 99. I don't know whether that sounds like a lot to you or not, depending on how much money you've got. But obviously, like me, if you're a poor noob, then 10 mil's alright, especially as you're training and skill at the same time. It's going to take you a little while. I think it took me a few weeks to get this, using this method. But you know, it's not that bad. It's like 58 XP per cut for an unstrung, and I think it's the same XP for also stringing them as well. Stringing's a bit quicker, so as I can say, you can string any of the bows there. You still make money if you string maple longbows though, so that's a good thing, but not as much obviously. So yeah, I mean, once you get to maple longbow, you can pretty much go to 99 using just a maple longbow, or stringing or cutting, whatever. And that's the way I done it. I probably chucked in a couple of different things like magic logs here and there, just boost things up for one skill. Obviously because I'm making 10 mil, I had a bit of money to spare, although I should have probably spent it on a different skill, but that's for another video. So yeah, you can either do it that way. That's the first way I'll be showing you, and yeah, as I say, you make about 10 mil. So there's that one. Okay, so the next method I'm going to be showing you guys is a bit quicker than the first one. It's going to cost you 4.5 mil though, roughly. The prices might change slightly, but I wouldn't imagine they're going to change much. They haven't changed for a little while now. So yeah, you're looking at about 4.5 mil. So yes, and the difference between this one and the one I just showed you is you just make all the bows until you get to level 70, where you can make a U longbow. So as I was saying, cut your arrow shafts to level 10. That's not going to change in any skill. And then obviously make all the bows as you unlock them. You're going to lose yourself a bit of money doing that though, until you get to maple longbows. You're going to make some money there, and you can either string or fletch them, whatever you fancy. But basically, just get yourself to level 70. You might want to use my first method of sticking with the maple longbows. Use until you get to U longbows, because you're going to gain back all the money you might have lost or are going to lose at least, and then it might cost you less than 4.5 mil. But generally speaking, it's going to cost you still the same. So yeah, go up to level 70 U longbow, and you can cut them and string them. But it might be cheaper just to, or it will be cheaper just to buy them it will be cheaper to buy U longbows unstrung and then string them. That's the way I recommend you get to 99. As I say, it's more expensive obviously because U's are much more expensive, and you've got to pay for the bowstring unless you not fletch. What am I looking for? Craft it, spin it, craft it. Yeah, spin it on a spinning wheel. Spin the flex yourself. To make your bowstring, then you're obviously not going to lose as much, but it's going to take you much longer. So I guess you're not going to want to spend that long on the skill, especially the amount of bowstrings you're going to have to make. So you want to buy the bowstrings and the U long unstrungs, and just string them, and you can get to 99 that way. That's pretty quick. And then you can always go back and make maple longs unstrung to gain some money back. I'm sure there might be a couple of other bows in there that you can make a bit of money on, but maple longbow seems to be the one that you can make the most on at the moment, and I can't see that changing for a little while. I suppose another thing you could do here would also be to do the U longbows, stringing them up until magic longbows and string them. But again, you're going to be losing even more than 4.5 mil. Then you probably be losing in the region of 6, 7, maybe even 8 mil, possibly even more or less, depending on market prices. But as I say, you're going to get there quicker. Okay guys, so the last way I want to show you is, last way I want to talk to you about is attaching arrowheads to arrow shafts. Now this is by far the most expensive method, in that it's going to cost you hundreds of mils to do this, but it's definitely the easiest. So you can start obviously at level 1 by attaching bronze arrow tips to arrow shafts, then move your way up, opal arrows, but obviously you need quests and stuff like that. You can also do bolts, but they don't sell as well. I'll stick to the arrows, and then obviously iron arrows at 15, steel arrow 30. So yeah, you can work your way up to dragon arrows. And seriously, when you get dragon arrows, it's going to take you probably a few hours to get 99 fletching after. Well, obviously you need 90 first, but from 90 to 99 it's going to take you a few hours, because you get shit loads of XP per hour from doing dragon arrows, just attaching the tips. But at the same time, it's going to cost you hundreds of mils, as I was saying. So if you've got that much to spare, then yeah, it might be worth getting, but you can't really make that much money from fletching. So you're probably going to be looking at either doing the first or second method that I showed you. But yeah, definitely if you want it for quickness and you've got the money spare, then this would be the way to go. But there's a load of money that you could definitely spend on some other skills, which you might see a return on your investment. But as I was saying, maple longs really is the only way you can make any money back, and that's not the money in that's not even that great. So yeah, fletching isn't all that, but the cable looks pretty cool, especially when it's trimmed. As I'll show you at the end, I'll show you the emote in it. But yeah, so they're the 3 ways you can get 99 fletching. There's probably a few other ways, but they're the main 3 ways that you can do it. And the ways I showed you, all the items that you buy and sell are going to come through in a GE, because there's obviously some ways out there where you might be able to make a bit more money, but chances are they're not going to buy too well or too quick, and they're probably not going to sell too quick either. And even if they did, they're probably not going to sell for market price. But I know these work because obviously I've done it myself, especially with the maple long U's, and obviously there's a high demand for them for alching, and that's another thing you can do after you've got them. You can alch them, I suppose, so you could link fletching it with mage. And also, if you watch my how to get 99 woodcutting video, I'll sort of show you a little bit how you can link in obviously woodcutting with fletching, because them two tie in nicely. But that's pretty much it for 99 fletching. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps, and yeah, I hope to see a few more fletching capes out there on RuneScape. Thanks for watching, guys, and check out my other videos. That's the achievement diary. I'll see you later.